problems, and we'll start with the very first problem, which says what is a type of error, if any, when two methods have same method signature. Okay, so let's try to understand the problem. The problem says if in a class we have two methods which are defined which have same method signature. So what do you mean by method signature? Method signature is basically when you have a method with same method name and that method have same parameter list. Okay, so let's understand. For example, let's say we have two methods which is returning us the sum of the two numbers. Let's say we have a method name as add. So it is returning us, let's say, sum of two numbers, and it is taking two parameters. Let's say int a comma int b. Let's say there are two integers, it is taking as a parameter, and it is returning us the sum of it. Similarly, if we create a similar method with same name, so what will happen? So it will also return the a plus b. So what is going to happen? Let's say you try to create a class object of this class and try to call this add method. So our compiler will get confused which method to call. Oh, even though you know that both are same, but why have you written it twice? So this is basically a syntax error that you have created because compiler is able to detect it. That's why it is known as syntax error. So by this you would have also known that what is syntax error. So syntax error is something which you have created which doesn't follow the rules of Java. Okay, so Java has this rule that when two methods have same method signature, it will give a syntax error because this is something you have made an explicit mistake. What is a logical error then? Logical error is something, let's say you have a business problem or any statement it is, and you are not able to get a right answer of it. Let's say for example, if I take a percentage, 10% of something is going to be, let's say 10% of x you need to calculate, and whatever is the answer, let's say the answer is something, and you are not getting that answer correct, this is logical error, and your compiler is not going to detect the logical error. It is going to run later on. Business problem gets disturbed because of logical error. Next is your runtime error. What is runtime error? So basically this is a very special type of error in which the compiler in the beginning is not able to detect this error. The reason is it occurs only when the user has given a wrong thing. For example, you try to divide any number with 0. So the compiler will say it's fine, you're dividing two integers, if it's fine. So but the later on when it tries to compute at runtime, so all those errors which occurs at runtime, because compiler initially doesn't know. For example, you have taken a number from the user, let's say x divided by y. So let's say both of the number are taken by user. So user says 5 divided by 0. So initially your compiler doesn't know that x and y are not going to be an integer. Later on during runtime does the compiler get to know that, oh, you have divided by 0. So this is a runtime error. Let's take one more example. For example, as a user, you try to access any index which is out of bound. Let's say for example, this is an array which has index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you try to access index 6. This is not going to happen, but compiler cannot detect it beforehand that what user is going to tell you. So this is something which happens at runtime, so that's why it is known as runtime error.